Hey you guys, so I wanted to jump on here and make a quick little video about making new contacts and inviting. I know this can be the scariest part because you don't want to seem salesy and you guys are just getting into everything, but this is really important to start talking about in the first week of your coaching and your building your wellness business because it is such a huge part of what you're going to be doing as a coach. So first things first, let's just get right into talking about contacts. How are you guys going to be doing this? Are you just going to be selling to what we call your warm market, which is just people you know, like your friends and family? Basically a lot of your sales and a lot of your new challengers and stuff are going to be coming from what we call your cold market, which is people who you are adding who you do not personally know. So this is just going to come from adding people on Facebook, or new followers. So basically what I do so let's say I'm on Instagram. Basically what I'll do is I'll go to like pages I like. For instance, there's one on Instagram called Pink Lily. So what I'll do, what I'll do is I will go to that page. I'll go to Pink Lily's Instagram page and I will go to their all their different posts. I'll go to their most recent one and then I will go to like however many likes that has, and I'll try and find one that has like just like a couple hundred, so like anywhere from like 100 to 300, or like 100 to 400, and I'll just go through the list and see if I can find people that kind of match up with my vibe. So like a lot of the times it'll be like people who follow Jesus, people who are new moms, or people who have kids, people who live in the Pacific Northwest, because I live in Oregon right now, was born here. So that's kind of what I try and find, and as far as like people who I follow. And then with Facebook, basically what I'll do on there is you have a little tab down on your Facebook where you can go to friends and it'll say suggested friends. So I try and find anywhere between 10 and up mutual friends. And usually what I'll do is I will have I'll remove people if they don't really fit my vibe, but I kind of search for like the same kind of vibe for Facebook friends. So I'll kind of look on their profile and see what kind of stuff they post, and stuff like that. And then as soon as they follow me or they follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, or they add a friend, what I'll do is I'll send them a quick little message. Let me grab my phone real quick and I will go into my notes. That's my email. I'll go into my notes on my phone. As you can see, I have a lot of my stuff just saved in here. Let's see. Totally should have had this ready. Let's see. Obviously wasn't prepared. Where is it? I seriously have so many notes on here, you guys, from like my own stuff to stuff for coaching, like things that I like to write down. I like to have lots of lists and stuff. And I just keep my new friend or follower message in here so that I don't lose it. Obviously, I need to find it. I need to make it a little bit more accessible because I need to go through my notes and delete them, get rid of a couple. Gosh, I don't know why I can't find it. This is seriously going to drive me crazy. Okay, not gonna do that. Change my mind. Alright, so let's see. Oh my gosh. I don't even know, you guys. This is so crazy. Okay. Try my Instagram one because I can't even find my notes. Let's see. Going into my messages. Okay. So here's one. This one is for my Instagram. The one for my Facebook is pretty similar. It just says, "Hey girl, how are you? I hope all is well. Thank you for your support and following my journey. I love connecting with new friends on here, especially with everything going on. I hope you're having a great day, and I look forward to getting to know you better." So my Facebook one is pretty similar. So my Facebook one says, "Hey girl, thanks for accepting my friend request. I'm always looking for new friends on here, especially with everything going on with 2020. I hope you're having a great day and I look forward to getting to know you better." So I've never had somebody like who I sent this to, like sometimes they just won't respond, but I've never had anybody ever like say something mean or anything like that. Most of the time people were like, "Oh my gosh, that's the sweetest message to wake up to," or "That's the sweetest message ever. Thank you so much." Or it'll even start a whole new conversation just to get to know people better. Yeah, so then after either before or after I send the messages to like new friends, I'll go onto the pages of the people who either followed me or who added me as a friend, and I'll just go on there and I'll just like or comment on their content, so their posts, their stories, anything like that. So let's just get right into inviting, because I feel like that is the biggest one that people are like, you really don't have to be scared. It doesn't have to be scary, and it doesn't have to be salesy at all. Inviting, I feel like, is one of my strongest I don't know what to call it, like one of the things I'm strongest at. I feel like some people are just really good with doing their workouts and being really consistent. I feel like inviting is what I'm strongest with. So like I said, it doesn't have to be scary at all. I've been in your shoes. When I first started, even this, again, I completely had like no friends, no followers. So this was all getting new, like really new for me. I deleted a lot of people when I had my son before I started back up as a coach. So I was only working with like 100 followers on Instagram, and I only had like 100 friends on Facebook, and that's like quadrupled in the year that I've been doing this. So I know that you guys can do it too. So it's just all about pushing yourself out of your comfort zone and just having a really great positive mental attitude, and just doing things that make you scared, because those are the things that you should be doing, is all the things that you're scared to do. So basically, here's the gist on inviting. Like I said, it doesn't have to be scary, and it doesn't have to be salesy at all. I have learned a lot this year, so I want to share my wisdom with you, and that's because I feel like I found a really great flow of like what works and what doesn't work. So basically what I do is I just share my content like I told you guys in the welcome video. All you need to do is just share your journey. So sharing your journey is making posts every day, sharing your stories every day. I usually share some for like doing my workouts, inviting people to my next group, just sharing the journey that I'm on. Be like, hey, I drank half a gallon of water today, or I drank my first 20 ounces of water today. I just got a new water bottle, so that's kind of why I went off on water. But I'll just share whatever's going on in my life. Today, for instance, I shared about Christmas presents that we got my son, and then my water bottle, and just random stuff like that. So anybody who likes, comments, or is viewing your stories, basically what I do, I actually have it pulled up already, so I don't have to look for my message. Bada bing. So basically what I do is I send a very short message to anybody who watches my stories, likes or comments on my posts, or is liking my reels that I'm making on Instagram. So basically what I say is, hey love, thanks for following my stories. This one's for my stories. I change out my posts, my reels, my stories. I so appreciate you. And then I do like the little heart fit, like the little face, smiley face with like hearts around it. It's like my favorite emoji. Are you also working on fitness/wellness goals? And I'll put all this in a document in our team page as well. But that's pretty much what I send. I have a really awesome success partner over in St. Louis, and she has been using all these too, because like I said, she is more strong in like the workouts and consistency and accountability, whereas I'm stronger in like inviting and adding people and all that. So we kind of bounce ideas off of each other, and she's been incorporating this into her coaching as well. And we both are like at Success Club 12 this month, which we'll talk a little bit more about later on in your guys' coaching journey. But yeah, basically what I do is I send that message, and a lot of the times they'll answer. So let me see, I'll find one. This is from a girl named Laura who I've been talking to, and she said, trying. I was like, that's so awesome. Have you ever thought about trying a home workout program? I've been using them all year and I've lost 55 pounds so far this year. I do like the little hands symbol. It's been a game changer for me. And so, her, for instance, she said, I have a bunch of Beachbody workouts and their protein powder, which is like our Shakeology, which isn't technically protein powder. She's like, what do you use? And I was like, oh my gosh, I use Beachbody as well. How do you like the workouts? And then I throw a couple emojis in there. And she's like, I love them. I have several. And I was like, oh, nice. Which ones do you have? So you're just having a conversation with people. You're just getting to know them, seeing what they have or don't have. I have a couple people who, like, they just don't respond. I have so many people who have, like, sent that message to, like, once every, like, month or once every 2 months. And then after, like, if they don't see it after, like, 3 times, then I just stop messaging them because obviously they just, like, don't want anything to do with me. So that's kind of, it's not a cold invite, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but after a little bit you can kind of tell that people just aren't catching your vibe or whatever. And I don't like to sit there and bother people. I know if they're continuously watching me or liking my stuff or whatever the case be, that they're obviously going to message me in the future sometime because they obviously have some kind of interest in it, or maybe they're just following my journey because they're a good friend or whatever. But yeah, so sometimes you won't get people to message you at all. Some people will just be like, no, and you're just like, okay, cool. No worries is what I usually say. Just thought I would ask. So that's kind of what I say for that. No worries, just thought I would ask. What else? Yeah, just have a real conversation with them. Just be yourself. I mean, we can kind of go over other stuff, which I'll put in that document, like I said, like how I get the conversation to flow and other things I add to see if people are interested in my challenge groups that I have, my wellness studio. It doesn't have to be scary, like I said. It doesn't have to be salesy. So a couple things what not to do, especially things that I hate as being an entrepreneur myself. Do not make groups and just add people to them. I cannot tell you how many times a day I get added to groups for like nails or makeup or the It Works wraps or gosh, any of the other stuff, like even Pampered Chef and stuff. Like I don't mind if people like message me and ask me, hey, can I add you to my group? But like I almost never actually buy stuff, but when they do ask me, I am like so much more appreciative of that and actually take more interest in that. So just, we don't really have like free groups to where we just add people in without their permission or anything like that. So I don't think that you guys will, but yeah, it just comes across like it just gets like makes people really annoyed. So we don't do that with Beachbody, but I mean, just take it off of your list of things to try because it doesn't work, trust me. Other thing not to do, like I mentioned before, is cold invites. Especially if they say, hey girl, hey girl, I have this new group. I did this, I swear I did this like the first half of the year because I just didn't know. And I almost never, ever, ever got people to respond. So let me see if I can find one. I don't know if I can find one. No. Oh, let me see. Maybe. Go back. This person might have one. But it's just basically like messaging somebody without them having liked, commented, or interacted with you in any way. Basically, it's just like like you're just messaging them out of the blue, hence cold invite. Let's see if I can find one. So here's one. Hey Ashley, I just wanted to pop in and see if you had gave any more thought to joining my oh, that's actually a follow-up message. So anyways, basically it's just like, hey girl, I have a new group coming up next month or on the 31st, and I just wanted to see if you were interested in joining. We have workouts and superfood shakes and all this stuff, and I think you'd be really great for it. I see a lot of people who do that, but I've only ever maybe had like 1 or 2 people respond back to me that way. So the best way to do it, like I said, is just to contact people who are already interacting with you, because that means that they're showing interest. If you're not getting a whole lot of people that show interest at first, that means that you're not posting enough content, you're not sharing enough stories, and you're not doing things to get people to interact with you, which I know that it's going to be a slow start at first because the business is kind of it's like a delayed business, which means that what you did last month will pay off the month after. So the more people that you add, the longer that you're going to increase your viewers and the people who are interacting and all that stuff. So the last thing that I want to tell you, or I want to advise you to not do, is basically just sorry, the window right there, it's snowing. Is basically to just not take pictures or stories. I don't have it with me, dang it. But taking any kind of pictures with your product. So like if you had like a bag of Shakeology or something like that, just don't show the actual product itself, because I know a lot of people will instantly unfriend you or instantly unfollow you or whatever it be, like Instagram, Facebook, or whatever, just for having been associated with that and like posting a bunch of stuff like that. And honestly, like you want to be like almost like mysterious with what you're doing, if that makes sense. Not that you want to hide what you're doing, but like for instance, when I share my pre-workout, I share it in like a glass mason jar, or when I'm drinking my superfoods, never call it Shakeology, always call it superfoods, just because I mean some people just have really negative associations with the brand names and stuff because they think, oh, it's just a pyramid scheme or whatever that is, which is ridiculous. But that's what I would advise you to do. I've had a lot of success with this business this year, and that's something that my coach advised me to do. And she's like a 8-time top coach, elite, which you have no idea what any of this means yet, but it's a really big deal. She's like one of the head honchos in the company, and she is just amazing. So she has a really big following on Instagram, almost like 100,000 followers on there, and like it's not a big deal, but she's consistent with this business and has been for the last like 10 years now. So I just want to give you all of the best advice that I can going forward. And this video is already pretty long, so I'm gonna stop it here and just make sure you continue with these 14-day new coach trainings, and then we will start with all the super fun stuff, and I'll see you then.